All right, guys, now it's time to dive into understanding rhythm. All right, on your screen, you should have on your left a quarter note, and on your right is a quarter rest. Each of these symbols signifies one beat. The quarter note signifies a beat of sound, and the quarter rest signifies a beat of silence. If I were to turn on this metronome maintains a steady pulse, as we understood when we learned the C major scale. But what I do with each beat in the metronome is when I assign one of these symbols to each beat. All right? So now let's look at the first measure in this rhythm exercise. Notice the first measure has all quarter notes, okay? So since the quarter notes again represent a beat of sound, we are going to clap as our beat of sound. So here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I clapped 4 times, and if you look at that measure, there are 4 quarter notes. Again, our quarter notes are a beat of sound, and the sound we are using is our hands to clap, okay? So let's try that again. Measure 1, here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? 4 quarter notes, 4 claps. Simple. All right? Let's look at the next measure, okay? The next measure has 4 quarter rests. Again, those are beats of silence. So while for the quarter note, we assigned a clap to each note, for the rests, we simply assign silence. And how do we do that? Like this. So we're simply going to bounce our hands apart like so for each rest, okay? Here we go. Measure 2. Measure 2, and ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Again, there should have been no sound from our hands, since that's the sound that we're using, because those are quarter rests. We're going to rest. We won't make a noise. Those are beats of silence. So now that we understand what quarter notes and quarter rests are, let's try that entire first line. All right? The entire first line. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right. All right, now let's look at the first measure of the second line, okay? In the first measure of the second line, on beat 1, I have a quarter note, okay? On beat 2, I have a quarter rest. On beat 3, I have another quarter note, all right? And then on beat 4, I have a quarter rest, all right? So again, we're going to alternate a beat of sound, the quarter note, and a beat of silence, the quarter rest. All right, measure 5, or the second line, the first measure only. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you got that? Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple, right? Yes, of course, it's simple. All right, now let's try measure 5 and 6 together. All right, they both have the same thing. Beat 1 is a quarter note. Beat 2, quarter rest. Beat 3, quarter note. Beat 4, quarter rest. The same as for the next measure. All right, so now we're going to do measures 5 and 6. All right, the first 2 measures of the second line. Here we go. Be sure you're clapping along. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right. Great. Now let's move on to the last 2 measures in that second line. All right. So if you notice, the notes switched. All right. So now on beat 1, we have a quarter rest, a beat of silence. All right. On beat 2, we have a quarter note, which is a beat of sound. All right. On beat 3, another quarter rest, which is a beat of silence. And then on beat 4, a quarter note, which is a beat of sound. The same goes for the next measure. All right. So let's try both of those measures together. Okay. Measures 7 and 8 together on the second line. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's do it one more time just to ensure that you understand it. All right, here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, now let's clap that entire line, okay? We're going to clap that entire line, the second line only. You ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple, right? All right. So now let's look at the third line, okay? I'm kind of switching it up a little bit, all right? But you can do this. You're doing great, all right? Third line. Here we go, measure 9. If you look at measure 9, it starts with a beat of sound on beat 1, and then it is followed by 2 beats of silence, and then followed by another beat of sound. All right, so let's try that again. Measure 9 starts off with a beat of sound, 2 beats of silence, and then another beat of sound. All right, measure 9. Here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Measure 9. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, did you get that? Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Measure 9, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. All right. If you look at measure 10, it's the same thing as measure 9. Okay. A beat of sound followed by 2 beats of rest or silence, and then you have a beat of sound. All right. Measures 9 and 10 together. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right. Let's go on to measures 11 and 12. Okay. So they are inverted. All right. If you look at measures 9 and 10, we started with the beat of sound, and then we had 2 beats of silence, and then another beat of sound. On measures 11 and 12, we have a beat of silence followed by 2 beats of sound, and then another beat of silence. All right, so let's try measure 11. You ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, try that again. All right, just to be sure. Measure 11. 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good job. Okay, now let's look at measure 12. It's the same thing. Matter of fact, let's put them both together. All right, 11 and 12 together. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, let's try that once more. Measures 11 and 12 together. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good job. Okay, Now let's do all of line 3. Measures 9, 10, 11, and 12. You ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Let's try one more time, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Awesome. That's line 3. Let's look at line 4. Almost there. Okay. So if you look at line 4, I've kind of mixed some of these up. If you look at line 4, the first measure, measure 13, is identical to measure 5. We've already done this before. Okay. Measure 14 is identical to measure 9. You see that? Okay. Now look at measure 15. It's identical to measure 11. Do y'all see that? Okay. And now measure 16 is identical to measure 7. All right. So let's try it. Okay. The entirety of line 4. Okay. We've done all of these before. They're just in a different order. You got this. You ready? Here we go. All of line 4. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A little tricky, huh? Let's try it again. Okay, here we go. All of line 4. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It almost got me there. I wasn't paying attention. All right. So now that you've gotten line 1, 2, 3, and 4, let's add just one more level of difficulty, and we're simply going to do all 4 lines non-stop. When we get to line 1, we go to the end, and then we jump to the beginning of line 2, go to the end of that, then jump to the beginning of line 3, go to the end of that, and then finally the beginning of line 4, all the way through to the end. You ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you make it? Let's try it once more, okay? All right, give you another shot at it. All right. Whew. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, line 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, line 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Line 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, that's rhythm, quarter notes, and quarter rests.